Day, folks. This is Omar Hosea, servant, pinky swear. Um, Father, thank you for another evening. Thank you for let us get a glimpse of what's happening, what's about to happen. And just ask that you reveal some more to us that we may prepare for it. May you be glorified. Shalom. This is just like it's not personal, because I don't believe in personalism, but I just want to just share some observation just by watching the news. I'm not a real big news watcher or mainstream, and I'm not a very big news watcher for underground, in between. But if you look at the motivation behind the presentation and ask the who, what, where's, why's, and how's, and start to dig in the root of the post or the root of the coverage or the mindset of the journalists or the motivation, purpose, and goals. Now, I didn't know anything about, and I do a lot of research, and I watch a lot of people's feeds and stuff. And so it took me almost 2 weeks, 3 weeks to find out about the infringement on a religious function. And the law says it's supposed to be separation from church and state. And so obviously this group in Harlem uses the title Christ for church, and they're in the state of what? New York. So I'm not going to harp on that. I'm quite sure there's enough coverage on that. But now, today, they said that robberies is up 28% in gun stores. And they're showing all these young guys and young thugs going in there carrying guns. What do you think that's going to cause now? Now they're going to think that in every city where those guns was taken, they're going to assume that they were stolen and shoot first and ask questions later. And they fell right into the trap. So I say to all you Black Power movements, King Noble, with your folks, with yourself, man, and just look at the bigger picture. This is a setup for our people to get involved and go behind them young boys because they're about to get slayed. And it's not that we're cowards, but when you're being lured into an engagement that you can't win, or you're being lured or perpetuated into a box that you won't be able to get out of. I'm making this video for the warriors, really. I'm going to entitle this A Voice from a Fly in White's Milk. That's what this is called. A Voice from a Fly in White Milk. So, then I noticed they mentioned about Dolly Parton. All that Lake of Anne burnt up except for hers in that fish aquarium. Talk about an insurance scam. A fire insurance scam. Impressive. Now, a jogger gets beat. For some reason, it seems like there's a coercion of fear being rounded up. But strictly, this is for our people. Them young boys went and got all them guns and all that ammunition. And there was no way in the hell they could hit those stores and no police, nobody was around, and didn't get on the news and say it only took 7 seconds. Please. So now just prepare yourself for a rash of killings and blame it on the police, blame it on the people who broke into these gun shops. If you live in a city that's been broken, has a gun shop broken into, I suggest you follow the police orders if you get pulled over. Put your hands on the steering wheel and out the window, man. Have your video camera ready. Because they're coming to kill you. Now it's justified. There's a bunch of guns in your neighborhood. Somebody stole them. And we don't know who it is. So we thought you was one of them. We killed you. That's the story now. Remember who told you, alright? What else? That fire insurance. I told some folks in San Jose. I said folks are going to start setting their property on fire to avoid the loss and the bankruptcy. That's how the collapse is going to happen. All these fires and stuff is from insurance companies. And people collapsing and foreclosing on their houses and setting them on fire. Cause you know if you up in the woods and you've been not a fire marshal, but a trooper up in the woods, and the funding's being cut for wildlife preservations and this and that, and you ain't got no way to feed your family, you out there in the mountains, and you can't afford a license to grow corn and all that. Yeah, you're gonna set the whole forest on fire. Get your friends and family to buy into that and collect that insurance and move somewhere else. We prophesied that a long time ago back in San Jose, and he's still doing it. But you know who it is. You know CEOs. You know whoever it is. We was all together, and with the inmates too. I don't want to hear that other bullshit. We were just talking about these fires. Those fires in Cali. But so-called black folks, you niggas and niggettes, Mr. and Mrs. Cloudtastic, I'm telling you, there's going to be a bunch of murders on TV, and it's going to look like all those guns was the problem. And because now there's a reason they got to go into everybody's house to look for those stolen guns. Yeah. Now they got a reason to kick those doors in to find out in your neighborhoods who got them stolen guns. So, but if you have some friends, fellas and ladies, do not encourage folks to go and break into a fucking gun store in your community or in your neighborhood or a pawn shop or something like that. Because now, by law, they can go into every house in that community and maybe a 5 or 10 square mile looking for those stolen weapons. Why? Because now they're in threat of a domestic terrorism or uprising due to the fact of $15 an hour everybody wants and all this other stuff. So they're going to pick you guys apart with these laws and new agreements and things like that. Remember who told you? If you're a thug, whatever, if you're going to hit them gun stores, I hope you can remove everybody in your community, because they're coming to go inside your community and kill you, brothers and sisters, man. You niggas and niggettes. Looking for those guns. And what's making it so bad, they paid those boys to do that. And then they're going to pay them to kill each other with those same guns. And then say, see, told you them niggas ain't no good. But remember who told you? I just want to shoot that by y'all. So have a wonderful day. Like I said, share with the young folks and not do it in your own neighborhoods. Or nobody knows your neighborhoods. Because it gives them a reason to come into your city, lock it down, and go through your house and snatch your children and your family up and separate you. They're preparing you for these FEMA camps. And hope some of y'all heed this, research it. It's on ABC News about an hour ago. It was about 5 o'clock when it came on 6 o'clock. It was on 6 o'clock news, 5 o'clock news. And so you can't always believe what you hear, but you can always research what makes sense. Till next time, have a wonderful day. Mwah.